What's good? What's good? So, I messed up my recording when I was recording the Guardians of the Galaxy review, and I did not finish. Well, I finished it, but I didn't record half of it. So, I looked at my recording. I left off. I was talking about the Guardians, the characters, and I got up to I got up to Groot, I believe. I got up to Rocky Raccoon. I had a few thoughts on a couple other characters, and then I was gonna wrap it up, but yeah, I lost all that. Anyway, so this is part two, and I know people probably don't want to see two parts of me doing it, but that's the only way I can do it because I don't have time to edit it together. So, um, so I talked about Drax. Oh yeah, I didn't talk about. So yeah, matter of fact, that was all my good stuff. So let me talk about my bad stuff, man. I did not like Mantis. I did not like that character. I didn't like. I felt like she was with a group of people that's funny, and she's the only one that's not funny, and she was trying to be funny. And I'm looking like, and I'm looking like, yeah. So I'm looking like, yeah, I'm not feeling her, but I was okay. I was kind of going with it, and then they kind of gave us more and more of her trying to be funny, and I was kind of like, I'm not. I just, I just wish she had just kind of stopped, and just, that kind of puts her in the background, and I understand why she would try harder to be funny and say more. She could like raising her voice a lot where she didn't do in the other one because that really wasn't her role, but it's just the point that you're not funny. And I think this actress, I'm not sure if she's I know she's Asian. I don't know if she's Asian American or whatever. I don't know if this accent is real, but I do not like her accent in the movie because I feel like it almost feel like a parody of of an Asian female where they trying to put on the accent. And I was like, is that a fake accent or is that a real accent? Because I didn't like it. And I'm not trying to talk bad about it. And if that's her real accent, then, I'm not trying to disrespect her, but I didn't, hearing it, it was kind of like, damn, this is like, like an old school, um, them old school movies where they was kind of being offensive with this, with when they had portrayal of Asian characters. So I was like, okay, well, if that's her real accent, that's fine. But I don't like it. She started kind of get on my nerves because she's starting to yell a little too much, and she, it's like her role is. So I think they try to have her as the nurturer or whatever. Kind of when somebody feeling bad, she kind of talk to them and help kind of help them talk out their feelings or whatever. And I mean that's her power. She kind of can touch people and make them feel certain ways or whatever. But she was like I said, they made her a little stronger than she used to be because she kind of was just there. So I get it, but I didn't care for her kind of coming out of nowhere with this trying to be tough and stuff. So I wasn't crazy about her, and like I said, um, she just was trying to, or like she'll say something that she basically don't know it's gonna be funny, but it's supposed to be funny coming from her, and it just didn't hit, So I didn't care for that character at all, and I mean, and I thought her and Drax was gonna hook up, but they didn't do that. They really just friends. They never went there, and I thought they was gonna hook up because it's kind of a callback to the part two when he said "Hey, yeah, I never want to talk to somebody ugly like you or something like you are ugly or something like that," which is fucked up to say, but um, I thought it was kind of a callback. Like, okay, he said that, but now they hooking up or whatever. They never got together, because she said some mean stuff to him, and he kind of felt bad about it. And I was like, well, I guess that's kind of a I guess it's kind of some get back from the first movie, the way he said what he said to her or whatever. So I was cool with them not getting together, but I thought they were, so whatever. All right, so let me talk about the villains. So they had Adam Warlock. Adam Warlock was teased in the second one, and he had a big part in like the Infinity Gauntlet, but they didn't put him in there, so they kind of put him in this movie. And in this movie, he just kind of like a goon. He's just an enforcer. Where they got this race people call it the Sovereignty, and they made out of gold, and they are excuse me, and they was a big part in the second movie. And your main villain, I guess he hired them or whatever, but your main villain is over them, so they was like, hey, get me this. So they was working for him. So basically, Adam Warlock he was just basically doing what he was told. And I can't remember that guy's name that plays him, but he played it. I like how he played it. He's an idiot, right? In this movie, he's kind of a moron. He has this I guess he got that royal British accent, and and basically they just tell him, they have him go do jobs or whatever. And I'm gonna tell you what, they did not cheat him on his powers. He is strong as hell. His power set is badass. He's just an idiot. So it kind of worked out because it kind of offset. If you that strong, if you was smart, then it'd be y'all be in trouble. But he's kind of an idiot, and they say it was because he was taken out of his cocoon early. So he still got a lot to learn. I feel like he ain't dumb. He just kind of just ignorant. He just still need to learn some shit. So, yeah, Adam Warlock, a lot of people kind of mad that he didn't have a more important role, that he's kind of just an enforcer. But I like the way they played him because I don't feel like if he was the main villain, I wouldn't like it as much. Because I like the, so let's bring me to the main villain, the High Evolutionary, which this villain is basically he's taking things and he experiment on it because he want to make it perfect to him. And like, what's perfect? Because everybody got their own opinion what's perfect, but to him, he want to make these perfect beings. So I mean, and I don't want to give away too much of the story, but that's kind of where the backstory of Rocket come from, and he's kind of he's maniacal, but this is what makes a good villain. He's a great villain to me, and this is what makes a good villain. A good villain is somebody who believes everything they say. A good villain is somebody not because they not just evil for evil's sake. They don't just hate people. No, they believe what they say, and they think you the bad guy for trying to stop them from doing what they said they're gonna do. That makes a good villain, and he really believes this. Everything he say, and he's kind of obsessed. He's obsessed with his goal, and he don't care who's gonna get in his who get in his way, who he got to step on. He will achieve his goal. So I like the villain, man, because he's very and the actor, I don't know his name, but he was on I guess this is a James Gunn alumni because he was on that Peacemaker show. I don't know his name, but he was really hamming it up. I'm pretty sure he's a British actor, but he was really hamming it up, and it looks like he's having a lot of fun playing this character. And I really liked every time he was on screen because I knew I was going to get something gold. No pun intended. But yeah, so had a lot of fun with that, man. So I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm not gonna keep this long, but my problems with the movie was it was just a little too much fluff, a little too much onto it. They could have cut like 20 minutes out, and like I said on the other review, it was too much, too jokey. No, it wasn't too jokey because the second one was too jokey. This didn't have too many jokes, but the jokes was just they stayed on them too long. They'd make a joke, it'd be funny, and then they'd keep bickering for like 2 minutes on top of that. You know, the joke was already told, and they'd just kind of keep going on with it. And I was like, okay, you know, it's cool, but y'all could cut that last 2 minutes out. So, you know, cut a lot of that fluff out. You have you a nice tight little movie. And in the ending, the climax, it's a bit too long because they achieve their goal and then they get another goal. and then it's like, okay, I was rooting for you. I am willing to suspend my disbelief of you achieving this, but you really pushing your luck by asking me to keep believing that you're going to go back and do this again, and you know, so you got people like, I can only hold this for 2 minutes, and then you take the 2 minutes. Oh wait, we forgot this, and then you just said you only got 2 minutes, but somehow you held on for 10 minutes. You know, so it's like they pushed it. They pushed that ending just a little too long, a little too hard. You know, so I really didn't care for how they extended the climax with extra stuff. They really did, and I don't know if it was on purpose or if they was trying to achieve some kind of goal. But yeah, they extended the climax just a little too long. I wish they would have cut about like 10 to 15 minutes out of that. And if you would have had about a 2 hour and 15-minute movie, 2 hour, 10-minute movie, but a nice, tight, good space adventure, you know, action, comedy, superhero movie, that I would have been like, this movie was perfect. But hey, you know, can't always get perfect. But yeah, it was a real fun movie. That stuff that they had that extended it did not make the movie bad. So it's not like I, you know, was out of it and said I can't do it. But I just wish they would have made it a little tighter. But other than that, I had fun watching it. You know, I give it a nice high dope. That's my rating. I got one of my ratings. Epic is the top, is the best, but it was high though. It was up there. So I give it a high dope, man. Have fun with it. Kids, you can take the kids and watch it, and then you can enjoy it too. So it ain't just a movie that you can take the kids and then tune out. Y'all both can watch because the jokes for kids and adults. And, you know, plus they had a lot of animals on screen, so kids like watching talking animals. So I think you can have a lot of fun with it. I think it's, like I said, my problem is just a bit too long. But, you know, other than that, it was actually a fun movie. So Marvel needed this win. So, all right, I am going to get out of here. Thanks for checking out the video. Please subscribe to the channel. And that's it for me. Peace.